Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a New Year's Eve makeup look using only drugstore products, and I decided to go for something a little bit dark and smoky today because my last tutorial was quite gold and glittery, so I wanted to do a few different options and then I'll try and get a silvery toned one up as well before New Year's. So yeah, let me know if you like it down in the comments below, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you do, and subscribe, and if you want to see how we got this makeup look then keep watching. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and this is one of my all-time favourites. I really love the coverage. It's going to help me out a lot today because I've got a bit of a cold and my skin isn't looking its best right now, and it also lasts a really long time on my skin as well. And to apply that, I'm going to be using this brush from So Eco. It's called the multitasking brush. I would usually use the Real Techniques sponge, but I haven't got one right now, so I'm going to use this today. And I want to build this up so it's quite good coverage today because this is more of a party makeup, so we want a nice flawless coverage today. And then for concealer, I'm using the Collection's Lasting Perfection concealer in the shade Medium Cool. And I'm patting it in rather than rubbing it around so we don't move any of the foundation that we've applied. And I feel like doing this gives it a more flawless finish. And to set just the concealer and the eyelids in place, I'm going to use the Rimmel Clear Complexion Pressed Powder. And I'm taking that on this Zoeva brush. This is the 105 Luxe Highlight Brush. And again, I'm just dabbing it rather than swiping it around because we don't want to move any of the product around. I'm going to do some cream contouring now. I'm using this L'Oreal Infalible Sculpt palette in the shade Light Medium. And that's what it looks like inside. I'm not too much of a fan of the highlight shade, but I do really like the contour one, so I'm just using this Real Techniques contour brush. And then I'm just taking any excess just around the top of the forehead as well. I'm going to go over that with some powder and start bronzing up the face, and I'm using the Bourjois Chocolate Bar Bronzer, and I'm using this brush from Morphe which I recently bought in my haul, and this is the Morphe R4 brush. I like to go over where we applied the cream contour and then I start blending it up onto the cheekbones just to start bronzing up the face a little bit. But you don't want to blend any product down below the contour. And then to bronze up the face a little bit more, I'm using this Rimmel Natural Bronzer, and it's in the shade Sun Bronze, and I'm just taking that on this Real Techniques blush brush. And then for blush, I'm going to use Milani's Luminoso. For eyes today, I'm going to start by using this palette from Rimmel, which I actually got sent in a press package before Christmas. But all the shades are so nice, so I thought that I'd use it today since we're only using drugstore products. And this is the Magnif'eyes palette, and it's in the shade Keep Calm and Wear Gold, and it's got some amazing gold shades in, They're so shimmery and nice, and the transition shades are a bit more on the cooler tone as well, which I don't usually wear, so I'm looking forward to using this today. I'm using the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to start by using the second in transition shade, which is like a cool toned greyish brown. And I'm just buffing this into the crease just as a transition shade, so I'm blending it up towards my brow. Okay, the next shade that I'm going to pick up is this cool toned dark brown there. And we're going to start darkening up the crease with this. This one seems really pigmented as well, which is nice. And I'm just going to take this small buffer brush from Morphe. This is the E23, and I'm just going to use this to buff out any harsh lines just at the top here. And then for the lid colour, I'm going to use this second to the end shade there. And I'm using the Morphe N408. And I really like this brush for using shadows on the lid because you can really pack on the colour with this one. Now, to darken up the crease a little bit more now, I'm going to use this very end shade, which is the darkest shade. The shadows in here are so pigmented as well, which is really nice for a drugstore product. I'm just flicking this outwards as well because I'm going to be doing winged liner, so this is a really nice way to follow the shape of that. Now, to go a little bit extra on the lid, I'm going to use this Dazzle dust from Bourjois, and this is in the number 53. I'm not sure if this is discontinued or not because I've had this for so long now, but it's a really nice metallic brown and I think it'll look really nice on the lid. So I'm first going to use some of this NYX glitter glue. I've not used this yet, so I'm not sure how it works. I'm going to use a small amount of this first, and then I'm going to use the same brush that we've just used to apply that shadow on the lid. And I'm also going to apply some of this setting spray to my brush as well first, just so I don't get as much fallout. So I'm applying some of the glitter glue first. And then hopefully that fallout will just buff away. And then just to sharpen up those edges really easily, I just take a little Q-tip and I just run up towards my brow, and it just cleans up that line, makes it look a little bit sharper. Moving on to the under eyes now, I'm taking the first shade that we used, that light toned grey shade, on a little pencil brush. This is the Morphe N431, just all along the lower lash line. And then I'm also going to use some of the darker transition shade that we used, and doing the same with that. I'm also making sure that it joins here in the outer corners, just so it looks like it's all one. For the very inner corners to highlight, I'm going to use this really light gold shade, and I'm going to put this right in the very inner corners. Moving on to winged liner now, and I'm using the same as I always use, and this is the Maybelline Eye Studio Black Gel Liner. Now I'm going to line the top and lower waterlines, and I'm going to use this pencil from L'Oreal, and it's in the shade Chocolate Addiction. And now I'm just going to curl my lashes. And apply some mascara. This is the Rimmel Scandaleyes Reloaded. Now while that dries, I'm going to get my false lashes ready, and I can't decide whether to go full on full lashes or go more wispy lashes. I'm not sure yet, so I'm going to pick them and apply them off camera, and then I'll be back in one sec. So I went for quite big lashes because this is more of a party makeup, so I didn't get to wear massive lashes very often. I used these ones from Eylure, and they're the Grand Glamour lashes by Vegas Nay. I'm going to just quickly line the eyes again. I feel like they could be a little bit darker, especially underneath, so I'm just going in with a black pencil. This is another L'Oreal one, and it's in the shade Noir. And then just to finish them off, I'm going to mix these two end shades right here that we've used on the lid and in the crease, and I'm just going to buff them along the lower lash line as well. And then I'm just going to quickly apply some mascara to the bottom lashes. I'm using the Dramatic Definition from Revlon, and it's one of my favourite mascaras. The wand is really nice for the bottom lashes as well. So now the eyes are done, we need to highlight. I'm using the sleek Solstice palette, which is my favourite drugstore highlight palette. I'm going to use this golden shade right here. And I'm taking my favourite highlight brush. This is the Morphe M501. And then I'm also going to take a bit of that underneath the brow. And down the nose. And the cupid's bow as well. And for lips, I'm going to use this Provocalips from Rimmel, and this is supposed to last for up to 16 hours. It says on here it's in the shade Not Guilty. I'm going to apply that. I'm not going to apply a lip pencil because I haven't really got one that shade, so we'll just see how it goes. I'm not going to use that end, I'm just going to use this bit. So that completes today's tutorial, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!